Hello everyone, I am Dr. Wajid Sibir with another interesting case on ECG interpretation. This is the case for today. As you know the exercise, before starting the discussion on ECG, pause your videos, note down the findings and diagnose it with yourself, and at the end of the video, compare your findings and diagnosis with the discussion done in this video. So let's begin the discussion on this case. The prominent and important finding which you can see on this ECG is that there is a very broad QRS complex. You can see that the QRS complex is around 200 millisecond. Also there is tachycardia around 150 beats per minute. You can see the heart rate is around 300, 150, 100. The heart rate is around 130 to 140 beats per minute. So it is natural instinct to jump to the conclusion of ventricular tachycardia whenever we see a broad complex tachycardia. But I would advise you to read an ECG with broad complex tachycardia in a systematic way so that you can reach a correct and definitive diagnosis. So whenever you find an ECG with broad complex tachycardia, first thing which you should look at is whether the RR interval is regular or irregular. This is a very important point as presence of regular or irregular wide complex tachycardia has uh, different differentials altogether. So in this case, we'll try to find out that whether the RR intervals are regular or irregular. As we can see here that these two are have a short interval as compared to these two. Similarly, the interval between these two R wave is also different as compared to other two. So we can say that this is an irregular broad complex tachycardia. The presence of an irregular broad complex tachycardia means that this is an atrial fibrillation with aberrancy. However, if this rhythm would have been regular, then our differential would be ventricular tachycardia, supraventricular tachycardia with aberrancy, or AVRT. But since we have an irregular broad complex tachycardia, so we would say that this is an atrial fibrillation with aberrancy. Also, we can see that the axis in this case is left axis because we can see that the direction of QRS complex is upwards in lead 1 and it is downwards in lead AVF. So this is a left axis. Also there is a deep S wave in lead V1 along with RSR pattern in lead V6. So this is an atrial fibrillation with left bundle branch block type aberrancy. So the treatment would include rate control with beta blockers or calcium channel blocker if patient is hemodynamically stable, or in other case if patient is hemodynamically unstable like he is having a systolic blood pressure of less than 90 mm of Hg or there is active ongoing chest pain, patient has a decreased conscious level or pulmonary edema, then we will DC cardiovert the patient irrespective of the duration of atrial fibrillation. So this is all for today. Hopefully you like the video. For more videos, kindly subscribe to our channel and stay tuned. Allah Hafiz and take care till next time.